It's sparkling water, but good.
100%. I really hope not alienate any of our audience, but
So it's a cash business, and you don't have to report it on your taxes. So how are you, as a cop, going to pull me over for speeding? What are you going to do? Are you going to break the law and speed to catch me? That's kind of hypocritical of you, don't you think? Well, you're gonna run red lights to catch me? Wow, that's fucking breaking the law. You should get pulled over for that. That's all I'm saying.
I can't believe that Noah's doing a bit that actually highlights one of the larger inequities in the American justice system. Laws for thee and not
I
for
don't
me.
think that's one of the larger inequities. I think genuinely, I probably hate cops 8-9 times more than the average person, and I think that that makes sense.
Oh, I think it makes sense, but
So I don't know. That's one where I'm like, normally, no. I think most everything they do makes no sense. That I'm like, yeah. How else are they gonna catch you speeding unless they speed?
Spike strips. Nothing but spike strips every 100 yards.
How do they get ahead of you to put the spike strips down?
They got radios.
Here's the thing. No, you need to have 20 times as many cops on the road at all times.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, spaced out every 200 yards.
Noah out here like, the only way to stop cops from breaking the law is to have more of them.
Surely they won't break the law if they outnumber the average citizen 4-1.
Oh, I hate this take. It's very funny though.
This is almost, I had a take at work the other day that was like, it's a joke, so I'm prefacing with it. This is a joke. This is not a real thing that happens, nor is it a proposed solution. But I work in the media, and there's one of the people we always are getting like press releases, press information from is the blood bank. Mm-hmm. They're always like, hey, we're low on blood, which I believe, but also they've only ever been low on blood since the dawn of history. And it's really hard to like make a story about being low on blood for the 4th time this year, and it's March. But yeah, they just like plug these stories through, like constantly trying to get us to write stuff about no blood. And I was just like, to my boss, I was like, you know what we should do? We should create a program in which people don't want to give blood anymore. They don't have enough time in the day. It's too much of a hassle. But we have a lot of prisoners. And why don't we just take blood from them?
What are they doing with it?
Oh no.
So again, the take is a joke. But I was like, you know what? I think that's the same type of problem solving as Noah's. Why don't they just quadruple the amount of cops to cut in fourth the amount of crime?
So
4 times more cops is 4 times less crime. Take the blood from the prisoners. Regular people don't want to give blood. Prisoners can't leave the building.
So true.
And you could give them like an orange juice for it, and they would be thrilled.
This is how I play RimWorld.
Orange juice and a cookie. Yeah, we can be generous here.
They're prisoners.
Oh, good point.
Let's not go crazy. They committed a crime. They had an ounce of weed or something.
Speeding, but I don't think they would have been speeding as fast if there were 4 times as many cops.
That's true.
So I guess if we have 4 times as many cops, how are we going to get blood from prisoners?
Well, that's the nice thing. There's 4 times as many cops. They catch 4 times as many criminals. We have 4 times as many blood bank donations.
Oh, that's true.
I would actually wonder though if you could set up some kind of system, like sliding very slightly away from the he who funny. I do actually wonder if the morality of setting up some kind of system of if you have healthy blood, donating blood to take time off your sentence.
I don't think that would be the worst idea, but you gotta remember they just 2 days ago, gay men donate blood, so it's kind of
exactly. That's what
I really think we're a long step away from people being like, I don't want prisoner blood inside my body. Well, okay, that's fine. Your body cycles through blood regularly.
I actually only want prisoner blood inside my body. That's rad as hell.
I've already got a whole bunch of it, so
I've already committed so many crimes. Haven't gotten caught though, so it's just criminal blood, not prisoner blood.
Prison, right. I'm recording this from prison at the blood drive.
Oh, that's so cool, so cool, so cool.
I'm on the little blood drive laptop that they have.
That's super nice of them to let you borrow it, honestly.
Well, they don't know.
They had audition.
They had a copy, thank God.
Yeah.
Be embarrassing otherwise.
It's actually some intern's Razer laptop. He just brought it in for convenience.
Fucking Kyle.
Kyle, the blood bank intern.
Kyle, the blood bank intern.
At the prison blood drive.
Kyle doesn't drink Monster anymore. He now only drinks G Fuel. He's evolved as a person.
I thought you were
Don't
gonna
call
say he
Dave
drinks
out
like
like that.
prisoner blood. So
Yeah, he also drinks Prisoner Blood mixed with his G Fuel. And hey, you know
somebody
what?
has
If the
to.
boot fits, I'm sorry, Dave, the boot fit.
That's a horrific like mental slurry that I don't like thinking about.
Drinking prisoner blood.
Mixed
No,
with G
with
Fuel.
mixed with G Fuel
Oh, I was
specifically.
gonna say because that was like a thing for sure for some people back in the day.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's gotta like end up much thicker than like G Fuel is meant to be.
Yeah,
I
man,
guess
it's
if you just
blood.
dilute it
mean,
enough,
You know, they do say that blood is thicker than water,
they do. They do say
so
that.
it stands to reason
G
that
Fuel
G fuel
blood.
would be
G Fuel
thicker.
blood. is
I'm just
thicker
over
than
here
G
taking
Fuel
a nice
water.
slice of my G Fuel blood. Yum, yum, yum.
I have never once in my life tried G Fuel
Oh.
or
Okay.
any of those.
So the first time I tried G Fuel, for some reason, I thought it was a caffeine-free, vitamin-based energy thing
That would
because
be
of the
awesome.
way that I saw people drinking it. And I had a water bottle worth of it on Christmas Eve, and I'm bouncing off the walls.
Why are you drinking G Fuel on Christmas Eve?
I was at work,
Oh, that's fair.
and I'm
Why did they have G Fuel at Christmas?
Oh,
work?
sorry. Context. My coworkers love G Fuel. And when I say coworkers, I mean the 40-year-old one and the 23-year-old one are both obsessed with G Fuel, and there are
Do they
like
know the G is for gamer?
the one does.
That's
I
so
assume
cool.
both of them do, but at least one of them does. But there's, I shit you not, 25 tubs of it in the back of different flavors. It's pretty crazy.
I'll be honest. I don't mind. I don't mind a good G Fuel now and again. I haven't
Well,
had it in a bit, but
I was the big idiot because I'm like, it's crazy how much energy I got off this stuff, and there's like no caffeine in it. And
oh, buddy,
they look at me, and they're like,
like you're a
"Dude,
crazy person."
what the hell are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Is there caffeine in this?" And they're like, "Yeah, man, there's like a lot of caffeine in this." And I'm like, "Ah, fuck, I didn't know that." And that was actually the last caffeine in like concentrated energy drink form that I've had since Christmas.
I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you. It was at the time I was just like, "Ooh, I gotta just not have anything for the rest of the year just because that's a big caffeine hit and I just didn't want to." But at this point it's been 6 months and I, just kind of would feel weird if I got back on the
Yeah, at
train,
this point, at this point, it'd be kind of a waste. Like, why
Almost
would you wait
7
if I do
months
it
at
all the
this
time?
point,
Yeah,
actually.
no, I get you.
I feel like I definitely consume like a good bit more caffeine than the average person, but I also don't think I have like any kind of like hook on it. Whereas like if I don't have it for a couple days, I don't notice.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm
But I probably
definitely.
consume a good 400 or 500 milligrams of caffeine a day,
Hot damn.
Mhm.
which I think 400. I think 600 is like where they're like stop. But it's also I never like it's just in the form of just like coffee.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's better or worse.
Oh, it's one of those things where
There's no sugar.
it's more natural with coffee, so it's usually not as bad. The thing you have to worry about more if you're drinking that much coffee is the acidity that you're just dumping into your stomach.
Yeah, there's probably gonna be lasting impacts because I only drink and consume things that are like incredibly acidic. But again, they're mostly like natural. I'm not like eating like Sour Patch Kids. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I am sometimes. I'm not like opposed to Sour Patch Kids. I have no qualms with the Sour Patch Kids.
This just in, Jackson has qualms with sourness from the Patch
I,
Kids.
I don't really eat Sour Patch Kids. If I'm gonna eat like a sour candy, I think the number one would just have to be like Trolley gummy worms.
They are really good.
They're
I
so
think they
good.
just have the most flavor, like in terms of the actual like gelatin, like gummy itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the sourness is good, but it's never like too like overpowering of the actual like raspberry or cherry or fruit punch, or whatever flavor's going on.
I'm with you, honestly.
Whereas like Sour Patch Kids also, I think they're probably have just as much like what is citric acid they usually put on them,
I believe
powdered citrate. I don't know, but like
Powdered citrate.
yeah, whatever it is.
I'll buy it.
Um,
I don't know enough to tell you you're wrong.
I think it
so.
is like a citric acid. It's basically all it is. And yeah, I feel like they put just as much on them, but the gummy doesn't have nearly the flavor that the Trolleys have. They just got a great flavor to them. The fruit punch worms and the tropical llamas are class.
Classy. Speaking of candy, I have we have Brian and Katie in town today, friends of the podcast.
so. Hi, Brian and
Um,
Katie.
They are hopefully still asleep, though more than likely at this point they're probably up.
Hi, Brian and
um,
Katie.
Hi, Brian. hi, hey, buddy. But yeah, so we have them in town, and we went to the American Dream yesterday because when people are in town, that's one of the more common places that we wander people through because it's kind of neat. It's just a huge ass fucking mall. And at one corner of the mall, over by the two different amusement park or theme parks, I should say, there is a 3-floor candy shop,
Oh.
and it. Every time I
Fun.
go in, every time I walk by, I'm like, I'm not gonna stop today. We're gonna be better than this. And then someone is inevitably like, "Ooh, let's wander through. Let's see what they got. See what's going on." And inevitably, every time, I walk out of there with a bag of candy that I did not initially intend to grab, and
I'm
I'm
always
not
a
mad.
fan of the
I'm more
slippery
just vaguely
slope
disappointed.
of going to visit somewhere and being like, well, I'm not getting anything. I
just wanna
really just
look.
want to check out this.
Yeah.
And then you go and you pick up a thing or two and you're like, well, I mean, it's just a couple things. It's nothing that huge. It's not that big a deal. And then you walk out with like a pound bag of candy.
Mm-hmm. Or magic cards, or whatever else.
Damn, you're into magic cards now, huh?
Yeah,
I say alienating half our fan base.
I've been playing Battle Spirit Saga.
Yeah, you were talking. Was that was what you were talking about during the solo up? Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty good.
Fair enough.
It's like fully geared towards play and not like collecting, which is kind of cool. And it's also there's only one set out right now because it's new, so like you can like it's just far more like I guess approachable and way cheaper than a lot of TCGs.
You
It
know,
comes with little like mechs and creatures,
I was in
and
the
there's
mall.
no mana,
That is nice.
so you don't have to fill up everything with nonsense, and the packs aren't full of garbage.
I do actually like that.
You get little gemstones that you get to use instead.
Totally different.
Well, they're like physical like orbs, like the little like gemstone things,
That's fun.
and they ramp up like Hearthstone mana. Kind of cool. I just like
I-
not having to draw them.
I was in Toys R Us because apparently there's a Toys R Us in the mall that's new, and I saw somebody grab an entire like not box. I guess it's a box. Like when you can rip the
Case,
top,
like-
like you can rip the top half of the box off, kind of thing, and it like is a display. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like they got like a whole like case
like-
of like 12 boxes.
No, like
It's
there's
just
like
like
12,
a perforated box that can
yeah, it's
display the interior boxes.
the interior packs. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's pretty normal.
and all I could think about was like it's just honestly all I could think about was it's just a gotcha game but for people who have cards instead. It's the same fucking shit.
I mean,
I mean,
yeah, kind
it's
of.
think about flip that, and then you're right.
Sure, but both are insane to me.
Yeah, I mean, like, but buying a case is, or not a case, a box is, it's incredibly normal, especially for,
Oh.
like Magic.
Oh yeah.
I just am not in that like circle at all, so I never see it, especially not. And if I expect to see it for some reason, I just didn't expect it in a Toys R Us surrounded by Barbies and Legos.
No, see, that's
Yeah,
the
I
thing
think-
is people go places like that because they think that's where people aren't thinking to look.
Insane.
Yeah, and although I think doing it at like Toys R Us might not make any sense because if they are like the display boxes, you probably just have to pay for every pack.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you buy them like through like a distributor and stuff, there you get like a pretty big discount. And like if you want to make like a set or like a deck out of a set, you need a whole bunch of cards from it anyway, and there's no way to guarantee them other than buying individually, which can sometimes just be more expensive anyway. So just take the gamble.
Wild.
Yeah.
Besides, if
I
you
would
buy
say-
a full case, you're usually more guaranteed to get at least one of the collectible cards you were looking for.
You know, I hate to break it to you, but a case and a box are different because a case is 12 bucks.
Oh, fucking hell, whatever.
A case is like $1,000.
Okay, if you buy a case, you're very guaranteed to get what you're after, but at what cost?
I would not bet on that.
It's
I would not put money
actually
on that.
yeah, like it's insane. Some of the things because I was watching because a friend and I we like bought a box of the Battle Spirit cards and like so it's like 24 packs, so it's like 12 packs each, so plenty enough to get like a good start. And like I was watching some videos and there's people who were like, yeah, I bought like 8 boxes because I wanted to guarantee I got like 4 of these specific cards. I'm like, you spent $800 on this?
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. If you're gonna buy 8 boxes, then just buy a case, right?
I think that if I had to guess, the person probably did, and like the other 4 were split with other people.
Okay.
If like that's what I think would be most reasonable, but I don't know. I don't know this person. It was a YouTube video, and I was like, dang. And then they were like, yeah, I still didn't get like a lot of the cards I wanted. I was like, how? You spent $800 to be disappointed. That sucks. You could have, I don't know, bought so much ice cream, and you would not have been disappointed.
I love how expensive the Lord of the Rings cases are right now because people really want to win that $1 million The One Ring card bounty. Like,
Insane.
these are pre-orders. Holy shit.
How much are they?
Well, this is on eBay, but they're like
Okay.
$2,200.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I know it's like people are going insane for this like magic set, which is kind of dumb because I think it's the same issue that like happened with the Pokemon stuff, where it's like if you're buying it because you want to potentially win $1 million, just buy lottery tickets.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're not.
Your chance is better.
You're being weird. Buy lottery tickets, not Pokemon cards, because yeah, I don't know. It's kind of strange.
It's a weird choice for sure.
It really is, and it's super common though. That's the weirdest thing. Like the number of people who will buy like a case or a box of something from like the new Magic set or the new Pokemon set in the hopes of getting a card that they can resell for more than they bought the stuff for. Just like gamble, man.
Mm-hmm. Go to the
casino and put $8 down on the horse with the odds you think are good. Like just
At least then you can see the odds.
Realistically, you will have more fun that way and spend less money.
Yeah, for sure. And there's like you can watch horses race, and that's always fun.
Yeah.
I want to go to the horse track sometime this year. They got it up and going again. Presque Isle.
I worked with someone who used to work there, and she had so many bad things to say about the management. It was really kind of fun.
I'm not
Almost
shocked
like
even
it's
a
a
little bit.
casino.
Yeah.
I know, right? She was like, because I don't even remember how it came up, right?
You can't even trust casino magnates anymore.
Can't even trust casino
Who can you
magnates.
trust? This is Biden's America.
It's just disappointing, you know, the good old hometown casino.
It used to be you could go to the gambling house and know that you could trust the owners to pay fairly and always make sure the odds were in everyone's favor.
House didn't always win.
Nowadays it's like, oh, I went to the casino and I didn't even win money. I lost money, and it's almost like they wanted that to happen. It's
Unbelievable.
insane.
You guys, can we talk about drinks?
I mean, there's plenty of casinos. Sometimes they give you free ones when you're
That's
gambling.
true.
True.
When I was in Vegas, I didn't see that happen a single time, and I was a little disappointed.
I don't think they do. I think it's one of those things that they were like, oh, sorry, pandemic, and they were like, oh, we don't have to do that anymore? We're making how much more money?
I saw,
And we don't have to give out free things?
in the one that we were staying in, I didn't see even like a single like server on the floor. Right? Not a
Yeah,
single
I
one.
think
But-
they may have kind of ditched it.
I did see some in like some of the other casinos, which means that I guess some of them might, like, I saw servers, I just didn't see them like actually handing out.
Yeah, I know you can. I don't know about every casino, but I know I've been to one in Oklahoma where you could literally like order drinks from like you don't have to get up from the machine. Like people, that's why like the servers come by. They just don't give you free stuff, but they'll come by and be like, "You want anything?" And then you just like can swipe your points card.
Oh, isn't that
Points
great?
cards are I have such a bad taste in my mouth from like all the like just using a card. Like I don't know. I like, if I'm gonna blow my cash on something, I want to actually blow my cash on something. I don't feel like using.
I want to go to a pachinko parlor and have a bucket of orbs.
I mean, kinda.
And if I don't,
Listen.
I'm not joking.
Listen, if do you know how unsatisfying it is to get like a little fucking receipt token out of a fucking slot machine?
Oh, it's the worst. It means nothing.
It means I might as well have gone to Dave and Buster's. I'm not joking.
Mhm.
Yeah, actually. I want
Like,
you to spit coins at me.
Listen,
I'm not joking.
for
I
like
think I'm
larger,
real-
like I get it for large amounts, like anything over like a couple $100, sure,
No.
fine. But
quarters.
literally,
Maybe
want
this president had dollar coins.
perfect. No notes. That's all I want. I want to have to stick a bucket underneath your machine because it won't stop spitting coins all over the floor.
Yeah, and I think that's how it should be.
Unbelievable. Oh, how the casinos have fallen.
They still give you free toadies.
They didn't give me free anything when I was
They
there.
didn't?
I got nothing for free.
Even the Presque Isle Casino, you can go and get like a free Coke.
No, I have
You
not.
get
I
like
mean,
a
I haven't been to Presque Isle in a bit and by bit, I mean ever.
I was gonna say,
no,
you
it's
ever went to the Presque Isle Casino?
it's
I,
not
I,
bad.
I believe that actually. I believe it's probably not bad.
Because the thing about casinos is, once you get inside, a lot of them are very similar.
Yeah, probably by design.
Yeah, oh well, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why there's like no, there's a whole bunch that
No,
goes into casino
no
design. No
windows.
windows, no clocks, no
It's all open. Yeah,
big floor. It's kind of fun though. It's
yeah.
a bit surreal.
It's very
And I have
surreal.
like the opposite reaction because I've got some like sensory issues when I go into certain places.
Mhm.
Like for example, the grocery store, hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't make it happen.
My favorite thing is when you
Casinos,
walk
the
into
opposite.
Wegmans and it's all tiles, and you don't realize how miserable it is until you finally hit the linoleum section, and suddenly your entire body
Yeah,
like loses its tension.
especially if you got a cart.
Oh yeah,
I just don't. I just don't like the way that people are in grocery stores.
that
Like, that's not
too.
okay with me. Like, what are they? Like, that can't be allowed. Like, you gotta leave me alone. or like, stop being like people go to the grocery store and they're like, today I will be the most selfish individual on the planet,
So true.
and it's just unfathomable. But anyway, casinos I have like the opposite feeling of, where I feel like I feel like probably how a cat feels when they go into like one of those little like boxes. I'm like, haha, this place is big and kind of open, but also closed and noisy, but not super noisy at you unless you're sitting at a machine. And then also everything is just drowned away from you, and I kind of enjoy it.
I kind of get that, honestly. I felt that a lot like during the day, but by night, like but once
Yeah, I don't
like
go to
at
casinos
night,
often.
it got really, really, really overwhelming.
Yeah, I think if I were to go more than once every few years to
Yeah.
one for a few hours, I might feel different. But like as it is, I very rarely
No,
go.
but I get it though. Like I think it's a very understandable take.
And I think that's also on purpose. Like that's
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure
because
that.
it feeds to I'm sure that the design of the buildings themselves will feed
Mhm.
to like human addiction centers in your brain.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, and I'd be super curious to see what like the architecture for like acoustics and stuff is as well, because I'm sure that that's very carefully curated as well.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like it can be carefully curated
Or it can just be
because
slapped
there's
in a
so
warehouse.
much money that goes into them.
Yeah,
Yeah, or you're in the back of a gas station.
yeah, exactly. The best kind of casino is in the back of a gas station, just to be clear.
I don't think
That's
so.
that's hometown casino
That's
management.
that's powerful casino though. That's something I didn't realize existed until driving across Dakota and Montana to
Yeah,
get
because
back
it's
home.
super illegal in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. And then you go to a truck stop and there's just like 7 slot machines back next to the bathroom. And half of them
Well,
don't work, but they're
they've
still
kind
right
of been
there.
getting them here in Pennsylvania. They've got like
They're
they're
games of
the
skill machines,
yeah,
actually.
the skill game machines. They're kind of everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
the new governor is trying to explode them with his mental brain powers.
Oh my god. Okay, so
Not actually, but he's looking to like either incorporate them or make them illegal,
we got
which I think is a good
we
idea.
got this regular at work. I agree. But we got this regular at work who comes in all the time, and every single time he comes in, he's got a new get rich quick scheme or some
Hell yeah.
really heavy news that
Hell
we
yeah,
just
dude.
don't need to know. So like on the sad front, one of his nephews died in a school shooting, and that's really like
Oh, that's
That's
tragic.
very
That's-
unfortunate.
Yeah.
However, I don't want to hear about that at 10 in the morning. That's a
No, I
huge
don't
downer
wanna-
for him to talk to us about it for 45
bad.
minutes. You
I
know?
feel bad
Wow,
for hearing about it at
45
8:30 in the
minutes
morning.
to the like. That's a long. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess like that's definitely a hard thing to go through.
It
And,
is.
And
like,
I'm sure
I can
I'm sure it's
understand.
therapeutic, yeah. But also
45 minutes talking with the liquor store employees is like you got to understand that there is a barrier. That there is.
Yeah.
Well, he always stays and talks for almost like 30 minutes at least.
Oh,
That's
no.
like a regular thing, and it's insane. And that was like a bad topic. Did not appreciate that. It's like, dude, yikes, man. Don't do this to me. The other times it's, well, they're going to be legalizing weed soon, and I want to make sure I'm in on the ground floor of that. So I'm trying to get grow houses built. And it's like, dude, you missed being on the ground floor. The grow houses are built. You missed that by
Yeah,
like
it's
4
done.
years.
it's
Like
been
they're
done.
rolling and doing the legal distribution. You're just trying to get in on the like recreational distribution, you're already like behind the train. And that's kind of funny, right? It's just like
Yeah.
listening to
Yeah.
that. Well,
What was his pitch? Like how did he like?
what
How
was
did
his
he
pitch?
sell it?
Did he
Yeah,
have
like
an idea?
Wait. Okay,
what did he come in with? Like what kind of heat? Like how did he introduce
so
a
the
bad
first
idea?
time I met him,
Like how much
very first
confidence
time,
was there?
this man comes in and talks about, oh yeah, I mean, like, so I'm in landscaping and blah 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 blah, and I'm like, oh, you're in landscaping, that's cool. I didn't know him at the time. I didn't know that I should have just like nod and smile to make him leave. But
Super quick. I love when that, like, I feel like every job has somebody like that everyone else has already learned to just kind of smile and wave, and nobody tells you until after the fact.
Exactly.
It's like
Well, I mean,
rite
it's
of
hard
fucking
to
passage.
it's hard to tell you when they're not there, And then he
Someone's
came in
joking.
and I got jump scared. And he starts telling me about this, and the culmination of it is talking about how if I'm on the job site, they're paying me $100 an hour to be there. So I'm gonna make sure I don't mind doing some raking. I don't mind doing some gutter work because they're paying me to be there. And I'm like, well, that seems a little unethical, but okay, I get it. And then he says, and the nice thing about it is it's a cash-based system, so you don't have to report it all on your taxes. And I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. Fast forward to the weed thing. Well, it's really great, because even like, if you want to get high, that's fine, but the CBD effects, those are really great for a lot of people. And the byproducts of things like this, is the hemp, and you can make water bottles and clothes and bags and ropes. You can make so much out of hemp. Hemp is a really great market to be in. It's like Baby just found out about hot new thing of the 80s, and
Adorable.
he's like, and the best part about it, since credit card companies don't want to deal with weed, so it's a cash business, and you don't have to report it on your taxes. I'm like, oh, okay. Fast forward 4 months. I've got this idea going right now, and this is gonna make us a lot of money. Me and my friends who are in on this.
Oh, okay. I thought he was getting you in on it.
No. But you can always tell that he's like 50% trying to pitch you to try and like put some money up, and he's like, so here's how it works, right? You got these private clubs that you set up around the city with the game of chance machines. And because they're clubs, you can have the people in the clubs can have like swipe cards so they can go in. You can kind of be open 24 hours a day. And I mean, people come in here and they play these games non-stop all day long. And these things, they generate a lot of money. Like I have just a couple machines, they're already generating 10 grand a week for me. And the nice thing about them, stop me if you've heard this one before, it's a heavy cash business.
Oh no.
So you can you don't have to report it all on your taxes. You can kind of keep some of that for yourself. And I would love to know.
I wonder if he knows that when you report things on your taxes, you also keep a majority of it for yourself.
See, I would love to know why exactly he thinks telling state employees I am cheating on my taxes is a good idea.
I would
pretty
be
funny.
willing to bet almost certainly he has no idea you're state employees.
No, he
I
does
would
because he
bet
shit talked it a lot once.
Oh.
Because he's like,
No,
that's the bad thing about, living here is that, with the state running everything, there's so much stuff that you can't get. It really like keeps the people down. Like if like a normal person wanted to open up their own liquor store and now they're not allowed to. And I'm just sitting here like, do you mind? He comes in and talks politics a lot. He's very Republican and came in and
Republican doesn't want to pay taxes? Crazy.
see, after the same day that he came in and was talking about his nephew, he also was talking about how I opened the episode with this as a joke, but he was unironically saying we need twice as many cops in town and we need to pay them more because they're just not appreciated because people don't respect them anymore.
Yeah, they don't because they like suck.
Yeah. I don't know, man. He's literally my least favorite human being in this city.
You know
That's
what?
awesome.
Yeah, I can see why.
And he's like, he thinks that we're best friends. He comes in, he's like, he doesn't know my name, but he's like, my man, how you doing today? And I'm like, oh, I'm not doing too bad. And just try and like live my life.
Oh yeah, you should try and get him to watch like more Instagram reels
I
or
should.
YouTube
I should.
shorts.
Instagram Reels might save his life.
I think that the combination of the dumbest person you've ever met and like Facebook/Instagram reels is it's amazing. They will consistently create the most what things on the planet.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of the most things on the planet, I gotta like be 100%. I really hope not alienate any of our audience, but you ever just like hear something from like one of the dumbest people you know, and then before you know it, all the dumbest people you know are talking about it?
Yeah.
Yes, all the time.
So what's up with Matt Rife?
Oh, I have no clue.
He's like some like comedy guy, and I don't know anything about
Oh,
him
I do know who you're
other
talking
than
about.
every time I see him, it's from one of
it's
the three
yeah.
this guy.
dumbest people I know.
He looks
And
like he looks like a fuckboy. Is like
Well,
kind
he's
of
just
the
like
energy.
he
He looks like a massive fuckboy. I've seen a little bit of his content floating around the internet. He's fine. Like he looks like a fuckboy, but seems like a relatively decent guy. Is what the energy I've gotten from him.
just like I don't understand it.
No,
But
I
it's
think
like
the funniest thing is
a nonstop stream from specifically two of like the dumbest people I've ever met.
it
that are
seems
like
just like
constantly like he's amazing.
Gen X people have never met someone in their life that has like strong facial proportions. And one person said, "Oh my god, he looks like handsome Squidward," and that's all that I see now is people saying, "Oh my
That's pretty
god,
funny, though.
have you ever seen this man who looks like?" Yeah, you know what? It's only funny the first time, but once you see it the 800th time, it's like, get an original thought. I am begging you to have an original thought.
Like I've got no qualms like with him, but the comedy I've seen is very like passable.
Yeah, he's fine. He's completely fine to me. He does really fun crowd work. I like his crowd work. It's fine. He's literally fine.
And I've just been seeing like a nonstop stream of people being like weird.
I changed my mind. This bit is titled "Cookies and MILF," so I'm sold.
I'm actually unsold.
That bit, I actually know what bit that is. It's pretty funny.
Because also that's another thing.
Oh, that's
I
just
think,
him flirting with someone in the audience. Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I think that also MILF jokes on the out for sure.
Is it because
Really?
MILF Manor came in?
They've been on the out. No. Wait, who?
MILF Manor, MILF
No,
Island,
MILF
whatever
Manor
the hell.
was like that was fine. But I think MILF jokes are big on the out. They're too worn.
I think that there's
Everybody's doing it now.
You know,
Really?
I'll give you
yeah,
that. They are not cutting edge anymore.
I think
They're
I
not
think as
cutting
of the
edge,
last
for
like
sure.
6 months, it's like I think MILF Manor was about the point at which it just was like
it jumped the shark.
drop. And I think that like it's just too much in the cultural mainstay now, where it's like it's just normal.
I'm gonna spitball here for like 2 seconds. I kind of wonder if it's not because, like, as we slowly become more and more like, as we evolve more and more as a society, I do wonder if it's because like MILF jokes just kind of aren't funny. Like it's not like I associate MILF jokes with like things like fuck it, specifically like high schoolers and under being like, oh dude, your mom's a MILF.
100%.
And like here's the thing, I think that as we get older we realize, oh shit, that's gross for the kids, but that's much more gross for the adult.
Unfortunately, I'm not hearing it from people in high school. It's like older, like it's boomer now.
And that's why I think it's on the out, is because like
Exactly, it's boomer
like
now.
those people, like everyone who's younger than those people understands that like it's a little weird. It's a little weird.
Yeah, and like I feel like there was a time where it was more of a thing, even like especially with younger people.
Mm-hmm.
Now young people don't do it anymore. It's all like people who are like now in their 30s saying MILF all the time. Like, brother, that's you.
I do think that it's been replaced by calling people mommy though.
Yeah, I think that's like also that's tired by now too.
Yeah, I feel like that was cringe when it started.
I mean, yes, but it's no more cringe than call people daddy, and that is actively still a thing. I see that shit still.
Here's the thing. Terms
Where
for
you seeing
guys
that
do
from?
not evolve because they found one and they're like, let's stick with it. But terms for bitches evolve because you
Yeah,
blah blah
men
blah blah
are
blah
always
sexism.
seeking a new way to put down women.
Because blah 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 sexism. No,
I mean, I think it's
2023.
less than blah blah blah. But I feel like you got a constant push from men, whether or not they realize it's happening, to find new ways through which they can objectify and quantify the value of women and their bodies. And I think MILF is just another one of those at this point. Because like now, it's not like a joke for a lot of people. It's like a weird thing that they say about actual human beings who are just living their life, and that's weird.
Objectification is bad, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I think to a degree, I think there's like
To an degree, yeah, that's fair.
for like many things, there's a time and a place. But if someone isn't asking for your input on their appearance and their quote unquote fuckability, I think that you should probably leave that one to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you see it more and more with people just like saying like an actual person is like, oh, they're like a MILF, or like you see that MILF over there. I'm like, that's strange behavior.
Yeah, I think it's very lightly more maybe understandable. I wouldn't say acceptable. Maybe understandable when it's like celebrities or
I
they're
can
they're almost characters. They're almost characterizations. Like they're not not for nothing. By being a celebrity, we've kind of already separated them from being people in a way. You know what I mean?
They're full. I mean, just like all of us, they're assets, but their assets are far more commodified for their physical appearance.
Exactly,
and not their labor value. But.
Yeah, exactly. I think that it's like I said, very slightly more understandable. Maybe not necessarily more acceptable, more understandable when it's celebrities.
I think it's maybe even just like acceptable. I not for me, but like I think
could not be me.
I would be much more willing to like.
I wouldn't look down.
I wouldn't be
on
upset with someone.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Unless it's Noah, of course.
It's true.
I don't know why I'm being put on blast like this, but yes, continue.
Mostly the dead silence. Mostly just you let Jackson and I run away with the show too long, and we had to swing it back at you, give you an old alley oop.
I always think that's fun because it happens all the time where I'll talk for like a solid 10-minute block, and then I'll have the next like 8 to 10 minutes in my audio form be like basically flat. And it's because you guys went off on something, but I don't know what it was. Because
you blacked
I
out
also,
for 30 seconds.
well,
for
that's
like 5
the thing.
minutes.
I also do like tune out when I go silent for like no good reason. I know what we were talking about, but I couldn't tell you why my name entered the conversation.
Nice.
You guys remember Coca-Cola? I want to talk about this because I want to open this stupid
Do
bottle.
I remember it?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
guys ever
like
had
a
Coke?
polar bear.
Or when they like
Yeah.
Santa
killed those
Claus.
people.
Santa
That's about all I
Claus.
got.
Yeah.
And they like, killed those people in Colombia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I know them.
Made with cocaine, whole thing.
No, it wasn't about the cocaine. It was about unions.
Yes, Jackson.
Yes,
yes, I know that. It was yes.
Well, Dan, in his defense, you're the one that decided to talk about cocaine.
That's
and
on
I
me.
said Colombia, so it's kind of
That's on me. You know what? That's on me. I don't know if you, I assume. No, we all talked about it. We all talked about the Starlight flavor or whatever, didn't we? Or was it just me? I don't remember.
I believe I had tried. No, I actually don't know that I tried that one.
I thought
I think
Noah
you guys
tried it.
talked about it, but I hadn't tried it. I've tried.
I think Dan had it on podcast, and I had it privately.
Mm-hmm.
I had the one when I was in Taiwan. I had like the Soul Blast one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had another one of them, and maybe it was the Starlight.
I actually really like the Starlight one.
I like
personally.
Starlight.
I don't remember it. So maybe I didn't have that one.
We were
I know I
in.
had the Soul Blast, and it didn't taste like anything.
So, but back. I swear this is relevant. Back to the mall again. There is a Coke, like, I don't even recording radio studio something. I don't know what the fuck it is. Hold on, Coca-Cola radio
recording studio in the mall.
Yes,
DJ Polar Bear on the.
It's called the Social Bubble.
What?
That's strange.
Coca-Cola Social Bubble. It's a social media hub of American Dream. It includes an internal server error. Cool. Yeah, it's literally like a podcast like space. It's
God,
also
So you
It's
can
so-
rent podcast recording space in the Coca-Cola
I
booth?
guess.
Oh yeah,
And
no,
one-
it
you
is a
never
really
thought
common
to bring
thing.
this up?
Yeah, I mean, I rented a live gaming stream space in Vegas for like 2 hours. But it's a weird choice to have A, be Coca-Cola branded, and B, like, why? Like, I don't know. I feel like if I'm gonna do a podcast, I'm just gonna have a podcast.
Well,
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
but
go
you
to
could
the.
have a podcast in the Coca-Cola podcast recording studio.
Haha,
the
what if we
American Dream Mall.
what if we recorded inside the Coca-Cola podcast recording studio? Haha, JK.
Well, no,
Unless-
because the nice thing about this type of stuff is you have, like, you are handed the finished product. Like, there's no chopping out your silence and stuff, but it is a full professional grade equipment room that you get to sit in and talk. So you don't have to do the down payment. All your mics are the exact same quality. You are in the same room. Because the library
Well,
in
yeah,
town
I mean,
here
I
also
get a
does it.
podcast studio. I just don't get the Coca-Cola.
No,
Correct.
I'm saying that to Dan because Dan was saying I would simply just have a podcast and not have
I
a
mean-
podcast rental space.
No, I think there's a time and a place for a podcast rental space. Absolutely, that's extremely fair.
But it's not at the Coca-Cola themed one at the mall.
At the mall, like the American Dream
Yeah.
Mall, it's just
I
not.
think at the library is a perfect place for it.
Also, I don't like the words. If I can just read this article for 2 seconds.
Oh, please do.
Called Coca-Cola Social Bubble, the experience will offer a fast, casual dining option called Coca-Cola Eats, a podcast studio, a green room, a private lounge intended for talent performing or visiting American Dream, hair and makeup stations, a kitchen and dressing room. And I'm telling you right now, none of that is there. It's just
Maybe you just don't have
What
enough
is it
swag
then?
to access it.
The whole place
that's
looks
true.
like it's shut down. The
What
lights
was
are all
what was
off.
your drip like?
The lights are all off. You can look in like two of the you can see the little podcast booth, sure, and you can see like the little like mixing room, like it's like a soundboard.
And you're sure they didn't just turn it off when you were coming?
Oh, I've been there. I think I've been there. I've been to this mall like maybe half a dozen times, and I think I've seen it open once, and it was within the first like 2 months of the place opening. They have a 10-year partnership apparently, but I'm telling you, they're not. There's
That
nothing
was
there.
bold. A 10-year partnership.
Exactly.
I love when people gamble on the internet, but don't have an idea of how to gamble on the internet. You know?
Like if you're Coca-Cola, you'll be alright.
Yeah, right? Because,
So I
like,
suppose it's not that big of a gamble for them, but it is like a bad idea.
right, you set up a 10-year, you rent that spot in the mall for 10 years. What are you out? You're out less than $1 million, probably. You know?
I don't know.
Or
That's
maybe a little more
pretty
than $1
expensive for
million.
leasing.
No,
Okay.
the American Dream is extremely expensive.
Fine, you're out
Yeah.
less than $3 million. Let's say
Well,
that.
yeah, I don't know how much space this place is taking up.
It's
Is this
taken
like
up-
an anti-iron state place, or is
It's
this
bigger,
like a...
it is bigger than the anti-ants in the mall that we grew up next to.
So it's
Okay,
like a...
so like
It
that,
is
but
closer-
that's
it
what
is
I was
clo-
starting
it-
with as like the
It is
smallest.
closer
building.
to like across like the thing from the anti-ants. There's that
bookstore?
like the kitchen supply store.
Sure.
There's not, but
There used to be. Whatever. Fine. The bookstore. It's about like 2/3 the size of the bookstore.
that's pretty decent.
Yeah,
size.
a
It's
decent
a
amount of space.
surprisingly large size.
See, I just love, because I'm reading through this, and it's talking about, like,
but it's no
geared
buckle.
toward local A-list talent and social media influencers. But, like,
Correct.
it also works to promote the company's Starlight beverage, so that's kind of funny.
That worked well for them.
But I think the funny thing about this is just that they're setting up not in LA to try and court influencers.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Because there are
Yeah.
influencers in Atlanta. You know, Atlanta is one of the hubs.
You mean New York, which is where this is actually located?
Okay, my mistake.
You were reading the Atlanta article.
Because Coke is just based in Atlanta.
I'm sorry, Coke from Atlanta. Okay. It's in it's
Yeah.
in New Jersey. It's not in New York.
Yeah, but it's clearly intended to be New York. Like,
It's
No,
legally
listen.
not New York.
listen, legally speaking, New Jersey is just shittier New York. And I'm allowed to say that because I live here.
Hey Michelle, you hear that?
Hey, Michelle!
Okay, but like it's right there. And yeah, Jersey is not Jersey, goddamn. New York has a lot of like creators and stuff, but I don't think that New York has as many like influences that are going to travel like that.
No.
A
not
lot
like
of
that.
New York influencers tend to be like set up in their own space and they just kind of do that.
Yep.
And as much fun as I'm sure it would be to record with the Pod by Coca-Cola logo in the background of our podcast, any celebrities that have a podcast or celebrity, like internet celebrity, influencer people. Logan Paul, for example, is one that's coming to mind. He's got a whole recording studio set up. It's like
Mm-hmm.
a space that has marketing and shit built in. It's like all done. Most people who will do stuff like that, they're not going to do this. This is not for your A-list.
This is like C or D list celebrities is what this is.
Yeah.
This is like us if we were like
We
double
like
the size.
okay, here's the thing, right? Like I could see if we were out traveling, renting a podcast space to do an in-person recording and just being like, take a look at the Coca-Cola logo on the wall. Isn't that fucking dumb? And we would have like
Yeah.
fun with that.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're trying to get us to take it seriously, that's not happening.
Something tells me that they wouldn't let you do that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I agree. No, there's no way. Absolutely no
But
way.
how could they know?
They're gonna know.
What if I don't say it? What if none of us said anything about it in the thing, but then during the
Immediately
edit
got
that
out
I
of
would
there.
inevitably have to do, I'd add in a thing at the beginning and just be like, LMAO, we were in the Coca-Cola podcast room. That's fucking
Can you believe
stupid.
this?
Just know that the entire recording, there was a gigantic Coca-Cola logo just looming over us. It'd be kind of fun.
The move, by the way, I didn't say it. Their new Coke flavor kind of reminds me of Dr. Pepper.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This whole thing was just so that you could tell us about the new Coke flavor.
That's where we picked it. Yeah, I picked it up at their little. Which, by the way, you know how shitty it was? They had a vending machine. Vending machine was not cold. It worked, but it was not cold.
Like it didn't have it. Like the refrigerant didn't work.
I guess it was slightly below room temp at absolute best.
I mean, yeah, no, I can't think of a reason for that. So that sucks.
It sucked.
So you just got like a lukewarm Coke.
Yeah, well, I put it in there. Brian got a lukewarm Coke. I put mine in the fridge because I'm like, I'll have this on the podcast. It'll be a topic. I can come in with a topic for once. And yeah, I don't know if I like it. I'll be honest with you. It has like, it's like a spiced Dr. Pepper almost. I don't know what else to call, how else to like.
So it's like a spicy.
Not spicy, but spiced.
Sounds good.
It's
a
not,
spiced pepper.
It's not bad. It feels very wintry, honestly, in my mind. It doesn't feel like a summer drink at all.
Interesting.
I don't hate it. I definitely won't be buying it again like the Starlight, but I don't hate it.
So you hate
And
it.
that's my official Coke review.
I wish I had something to try right now. I feel all left out. And it's,
Well, I don't
it's
have
my own
something to
fault.
try. It's not anyone's fault.
Dan didn't tell me soon enough that I could try something, so now I can't try anything. And that's his
It's
fault.
too late. The damage has
never
been
tried.
done.
No,
You
it's
can't
never
try
tried.
anything.
When we decided that we were going to record at 8 a.m. last night, and I didn't go out and get a beverage, that was Dan's fault.
I think that's true.
What other bear? You guys, I have so many. I know I'm far away from my microphone, but whatever. It's for the bit.
For
I have
anyone
so
who
many-
can't hear Dan right now because he's so far away that his microphone will not pick up.
No, my mic is picking me up just fine. I'm looking at my waveform. I have so many beverages in this goddamn office right now. You would not believe it. It's like I got ciders that are new. I got. You guys know what an Izzy is?
Yeah, kinda.
The like sparkling fruit juice.
Yeah, I've seen them. I don't think I've ever tried them.
They're super good. I actually really like them. It's sparkling water, but good.
Fuck off.
Me when there's sugar. Americans when they can get dopamine from a beverage.
Correct.
Oh boy.
Me.
Good thing I'm not going to break an addiction to this.
Listen, I am not ashamed of who I am.
Should be.
No, it's super good though. They're actually like super good. They have a pomegranate one that is specifically good. I have a bunch of hint, which is like that's just I'm too lazy to infuse my own water.
Hint?
Hint. It's literally just
For when you just
Very
want a
late.
hint of flavor?
yeah,
Like a
exactly.
sparkling water, for example?
No, but not sparkling because sparkling water is bad. It's like a sparkling water if it wasn't sparkling and didn't taste like sparkling.
Hater, but okay.
I don't like sparkling water.
Hater, but okay.
I have Down East's red, white, and blue slushy edition, which is like the cider that I really like. I don't know.
Like we wouldn't
There-
remember Down East.
I don't. Listen, Noah. Maybe you know what? For everyone tuning in for the first time,
I thought it was a
What?
fabric softener.
why did you start here? First of all,
I'm not kidding.
You know what? Fair enough. Maybe I'm the only one that remembers. I should have considered that. Okay, so we were talking about Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels earlier,
Yeah,
and like the dumbest
we
people
were.
you know.
Yes.
Every now and then,
Is it me? Am I the dumbest people you know?
no. Every now and then,
No,
I'll
no, the
open
dumb
up.
people we know are the ones who will share like ancient Rome didn't exist.
Yeah,
That's true.
but like every now and
And then
then,
Matt
I'll
writes
use
tickets.
Facebook Reels because it's the only place that's giving me like barbecue content,
Hell yeah, dude.
and I just think it's really interesting because Facebook has no clue who I am as a person. It never has. It never will. Right. But there's been this like uptick in people making compound butters. It's like
Oh,
the
that's
Oh my
always
god.
good.
Oh my god. Same.
just like people learning about the concept of compound butter, and they're like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh my god, what if we put roasted garlic and rosemary in compound butter?" And I'm like, "Okay, that's a pretty base level compound butter, but that's cool. What if we
Yeah, it sounds
put
tasty.
just a bunch of herbs and butter?" And I'm like, "That's normal compound butter. That's cool as
Great.
hell."
Sounds like a good
And-
time.
But for whatever reason, I have seen over the last few days so many people making bone marrow compound butter.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you cook up your bone marrow and then you scrape it into your butter and then you mix it up with your other seasonings. And I'm really mad because it looks really good, and bone marrow is just something I've not gotten to experience yet as a food.
I
Oh,
love bone marrow
I
because it's
enjoy
one of
bone
those
marrow.
foods that in America we've convinced ourselves it's really, really, really expensive, but also it's literally made from like the scraps that have been thrown out forever. And 1,000% if it popped up at like a street food stall in China, people would say it's gross, but because it shows up at expensive restaurants, we'll pay $500 for it.
Yeah,
It's the
100%.
inside of bones.
Yeah.
And it's good and it's healthy and it's great, but it's insane that we somehow managed to make it into like a rich people thing when we've been throwing them out forever.
Mm-hmm.
And by we, I mean like Americans and European colonizers, not people who've been eating the inside of bones for a long time. Because again, they're tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Just
No,
kinda-
I'm
it
with
just
you.
irks me
I'm
because
with
like
you.
it doesn't.
I'm with you
Why
100%.
Why is it? And it's so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a high end.
It's weirdly high end.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what else is weirdly high end actually? Is oxtail.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
It's-
I think it here, yes.
Because for whatever reason around here, people have decided that like oxtail should be more expensive than most other meat. But also oxtail makes the best soup. So like,
It's true.
you know,
It
you-
literally is. There's the whole stew named after it.
yeah, you pop a packet of that in there,
Big in
and you're gonna be
Oaxaca.
taking slices of that when it's hot, not just when it's cold. I love a gelatinous soup. It just feels so good for you, even if
I
it's
mean, it usually
not.
is.
I personally do not like a gelatinous soup, but that's okay.
Well, that's okay. When you have it hot, it's not gelatinous anymore.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's. I don't like a cold gelatinous soup.
No,
That was kind of
I'm-
what I was envisioning. I'm not going to lie to you. And so I really do appreciate the clarification because
When you heat it up, it's just like a nice broth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand now. I won't lie to you. I was
It's a lot of like
confused.
pectin.
No, Dan, I would like to comfort you. I don't think aspics are cool, and I do not want to eat an aspic.
I can't believe it's 2023 and Noah doesn't eat ass.
God damn, you know that's not what I meant.
Yeah, but it was pretty good.
So, yeah, we're talking about getting a new host in. It's to replace me. I don't want to deal with Dan anymore. I'm not going to kick Dan out because I'm a bigger person than that.
Mm.
You know who else is a pretty big person?
Samoa Joe.
Shaq. Shaquille
Wow,
O'Neal.
we went three very different directions with that.
Wait, what did everyone say? What did you say, Dan?
I said Al Capone.
I said
Okay.
Samoa Joe.
I think Shaq's the biggest of those.
I think he's probably the biggest.
Easily.
I don't know about Al Capone's. I don't know his stats, but I'm willing to bet
You didn't
Shaq
get
could probably shoot better than him.
you didn't get the Al
Shaq's probably
Capone.
better on defense.
Shaq, you know what? I think Shaq might actually be better on defense. You're probably right.
Can't believe
Imagine
Shaq's a
Al
better defensive
Capone.
shooter than Al Capone.
I think I will say I think that all around the court I think Shaq might have Al Capone beat at everything, and I think it might be because one of them is bigger.
You
That's
know,
why.
I agree.
No other reason.
No other reason.
Not that one of them is from the 1920s and one of them is a professional
them is
basketball
dead.
player with a decorated record. I'm saying if Al Capone was alive, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, oh,
Like, in
you're
his
good.
prime,
Saying,
even.
honestly, you know what? I appreciate that. He deserves it.
I think that
He
in
really
his
needs
prime,
that.
Al Capone would not be as good at basketball as Shaquille O'Neal.
Wow.
No, I'm with you.
Really
I'm with you.
spicy takes here from Jackson, frankly.
I do love the idea of comparing people who are dead though, and just being like, yeah, man, I don't want to brag, but I could body Attila the Hun. Oh, in his
Oh, dude,
prime?
I would
No,
be.
not at all. I mean, right now.
Guy's dust.
Yeah, what is he gonna do? Stop me? I don't fucking think
Crumble.
so.
What's he
Oh,
gonna do? Make it all the way to Turkey? Not again.
I
Not
don't.
in
I
that
think
state.
not. It's pretty good.
How big was Al Capone? Was he like a tall guy?
I don't think he was. I think he was kind of small.
Yeah, Shaq's pretty
Yeah,
tall.
so Al Capone was 5'10" and about 210 pounds. So dare I
Oh
say,
yeah,
one
no,
of the most
that shit-
average men.
Fair. I don't know why. I always envision him being like a pretty big dude.
Nope.
Shaq's 7'1", 325.
Yeah, but
It's pretty tall.
meh. You know.
You just meh Shaq?
Yeah, I did.
Huh. Shaq played high school basketball in Germany.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Why? Why was he playing high school basketball in Germany?
It's a military base, so probably
Oh.
parents are in the military. Good for him.
Samoa Joe is like the perfect halfway point between these two because he's 6'2" and 282 pounds.
Yeah, I think he's probably better at basketball than Al Capone.
He probably is better at
But only
basketball than Al
probably.
Capone. No, my money
definitely
would be on
sure.
Samoa Joe.
Although I don't know, do you think Samoa Joe's a better wrestler than Shaq?
Mm.
I don't think so.
You know-
I think that like maybe like in terms of his ability, but I don't think that he would win.
Yeah, I think that Samoa Joe has more technical expertise than Shaq.
Yeah,
But I think Shaq
sure.
is just gonna beat him with leverage. Do you think Shaq could pick him up and throw him around?
No,
I would want to see
maybe.
that very badly.
Yeah, he probably
You
can.
gotta-
But can you imagine a Shaq choke slam? That man would lift
Oh,
you like
it's
30
so
feet into
cool.
the air, then send you plummeting to your death.
Yeah, they wouldn't let that happen. They'd be like, no way, you can't do that move.
I would very much want to see that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might actually pay money to see that. To be honest.
No, I would too. I would pay
I
for the
wonder if
pay per
Shaq's
view.
ever been. I feel like he's the type of guy that would have appeared in the WWE.
He kind of feels like it, actually.
I mean, he
I
went
kinda
off and
get
just
that.
did stuff.
Oh yeah, no, he did. He did. He was
Okay.
the host of Raw in 2009.
Uh,
It's like he squared off
and
against the Big
I was
Show.
about to say, and he fought Big Show.
And he was in the Andre the
going
Giant
to
Memorial
fight Big
Battle.
Show.
So that's cool. That's cool. So it looks like he has. Which
You-
again, I'm not at all surprised.
God,
by.
it's so funny looking at him compared to these wrestlers, and he just doesn't look tall. He just looks normal.
Yeah.
It makes you realize just how many tall people there are in wrestling.
Oh, I mean, the Big Show's a big dude. That's like his whole.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's just kind of his thing, right? But I'm also seeing him stand next to like Kane, and he's taller than him, but it
Another
just makes
famously
Kane
big
look
dude.
short.
But I think this was at the Andre the Giant like memorial thing. So like I'm pretty sure they
Oh, they just brought in all
like
the tall
these
people.
were like the biggest dudes. Yeah.
Large lads, if you will.
I won't, but I appreciate that you will.
Okay, well, little.
Oh, actually, scones. Why the fuck did Google bring up scones? What the fuck? It's celebrating Scones Day?
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay. That's
I love me some
cool.
good scones.
Sorry, I gotta reorganize my brain real quick. I hate the Facebook page Unilad or Lad Gaming or Lad Bible, any lad stuff,
Yeah.
to the point
I'm
that
willing to
lad
say, yeah.
has turned into like this massive red flag word. If it appears in a video, I know it came from them and I hate it automatically. Even if it's something that conceptually I might find interesting, as soon as I see this lad can, it's like, shut the fuck up. I hate you. I fucking hate it so much. That's the issue. It's the reason.
say that you're
Okay,
kind
here's
of-
the thing, right?
No, would you say you're kind of
Obviously-
a mad lad?
I'm going to punch you in the dick. Now, here's the thing, right? Conceptually, I already know that TikTok bodies Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels, right? But the reason
Oh yeah.
Facebook and
Not even a
Instagram
question.
Reels will never, ever be able to beat TikTok is I cannot let Facebook know what I do and don't like. I can't mark a video as not interesting to me at all. And it's so hard to block accounts on Facebook that like are pages. It's just so hard to live. Like I can't, if I look at a reel, like I open up Facebook here and I'm looking at a reel that I know already that I don't want to watch because I think it's just going to be dumb, I cannot mark that reel as something I'm not interested in watching.
And you're saying that makes it better?
No, I'm saying it makes it worse. I'm saying it makes it so much worse than TikTok, where it might pop up.
What part of it's way worse, and because of this, made you think that he was saying it was better?
No, I heard you say it will never. Facebook Reels will never die because.
No, they will never beat TikTok because.
Oh, okay. I don't know how I heard something totally different.
Instagram is just as bad. They're the same reels on both platforms.
Correct.
And it just fucking sucks. But I'll every now and then when I'm in a particularly brain dead haze, I'll go onto the Facebook ones and just like poke around for a second. And every single time I'm disappointed and I don't know why I keep looking.
I will on occasion click on the Facebook ones if it's a video of a whale.
Oh, I like a whale.
Because I like whale videos.
Whales are pretty cool.
And if the Facebook algorithm believes that I'm someone who likes to watch videos of whales, then they're right, and that's fine.
Yeah, it's allowed.
What are they going to do? Sell me a whale? Not possible. But I would buy.
It's like one of those name a star programs.
Name a whale. we hate to break the news to you, but your whale Agamemnon was destroyed by a whaling vessel in the South Pacific.
I love that your whale is Agamemnon. What a good name for a whale.
Thank you. I thought so too. I wanted to provide an actual what I would maybe name a whale if I named one. That's the first thing that came to mind. The king of the Greeks from Troy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't worry. I played Age of Mythology. I know who Agamemnon is.
It's one of my go-to names for some reason. Because nobody expects anyone to ever say Agamemnon.
No, Agamemnon's such a powerful name to bring out of nowhere.
It is. It's definitely my favorite name to drop.
I wish I had a name like that I could just drop. But Agamemnon is it's so good that even if I had one, I couldn't remember it right now.
Yeah, can you? I feel like it's not something you could name your dog.
No. Well, you could nickname him Aggie.
You could, but what are you gonna do? Yell Agamemnon at your dog? It doesn't add up.
Agamemnon.
Your dog would have to be incredibly. Your dog would have to be a true beast to be named Agamemnon. It's not the name of a plebeian animal.
No.
But a whale? It's a good name for a whale. Should probably wrap pretty soon.
Yeah, I think that's a. Should we? We should do an ending, right?
Yeah, we should do an ending. What do you got?
Well, I think we've just about.
Should probably do it.
I don't believe in ending. I only believe
do
in
a shout out for Mari once again for listening to the whole podcast.
Shout out to Mari for listening.
In
to the
all
whole
likelihood.
Podcast. Yeah.
And if she doesn't know about the shout out, that means she's a fake fan.
Fake fan. Disappointing.
I do listen, nothing brings me more joy than testing the people around me to see if they really care about the things I'm doing.
So true.
I back it. 110% no notes.
Oh my god, this is literally just the my child will ignore this message, mine will like and share.
Correct. That's exactly what it is. It's true and he should say it.
My child will ignore this message. Free QR. My child will not scan a random QR code.
God, I love
free
those.
Adobe software.